Welcome to Comics League Dark. I am Jared, and today we have a very packed show today, and this is going to be one of those very interesting episodes here. So let's bring in our panel. It's going to be a little lighter this week, in terms of co-host. Not obviously in terms of age because he's here.
I am Phoenix.
Hey, Gramps.
I may be old, but I'm also experienced.
Okay, so today, we have a variety of topics to discuss. You want to do, so what do you want to start off with, Nick? You want to do some Halo? You want to do some game adaptations? What do you want to start with?
Let's get the most boring thing out of the way first. Let's go Halo.
All right. So those of you that know me know that I'm a massive Halo fan.
You're a master. You're a master of the chief.
Yeah, except Cheeks actually was. During an interview, he said the most lame brain thing. So,
What did
and
he
again,
say?
he was. Yeah, go ahead.
No. What did he say?
He was responding to the whole "keep your damn helmet on" thing, and then of course he goes, "Well, see, the thing is that you can't. The audience can't really latch onto a character if they don't see his face, because that's where you get like all the character and emotional performances." And I'm like, Mandalorian and Darth frickin' Vader would like to see you outside, sir.
Carl Urban and Dredd.
Carl Urban and Dredd, but there's so many and it's like to me it just came off as he's trying to defend the ability of the actor to show his face. That's
I don't
really
know what
it
is about like American actors and like their obsessive need. Like when it comes like this has affected superhero movies. For the longest time, like that's why in like most superhero movies in like the third act, they somehow lose their mask in the third act for some reason. You always see that happen.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really gotten like out of hand. Because the thing about the Halo show is that it's not even like he takes his helmet off. He puts it on, takes it off, puts it on, takes it off. It's like they're screwing with the fans. So at this point, I'm like, well, first off, I would be fine if you want to show your face, do what they do in Iron Man, where they kind of have a helmet, a camera inside the helmet, if you will, and you can see his face and the heads-up display and everything like that. That would be a good compromise. But he just takes off his helmet all the time when Chief would not take off his helmet anymore. And I get it's another version, but that's just BS. There are ways to still do this, but they're like, nah, we're going to stick with our thing.
No, actually, Jared, I'm going to be a hardline thing. Sylvester Stallone got a lot of flack for taking off his helmet. And honestly, there is no reason for Master Chief to take off his helmet.
Yeah, I got news for you. They only do it once in a legendary ending of Halo 4, but they still keep it obscured.
Yeah, isn't he like he takes off his helmet, it's obscured in shadow, and they pan out?
It's obscured in shadow. His eyes are exposed. His eyes are the ones that are obscured in the legendary ending. In the all other endings, it cuts to black.
That would be like making a Doom movie and having the Doom guy like speak full sentences. Oh wait, they actually did that.
Well, they did that in Doom Eternal as well.
I think he had like a few lines in Doom Eternal.
But he even took his helmet off, I believe, in that one.
Yeah.
Well, let's not forget that Doom movie was not a Doom movie. Let's face it.
Also, do you remember who was the Doom Marine in that one?
Carl Urban, baby. There you go. Sylvester Stallone's Dredd.
That first-person shooter sequence was amazing, though.
Yeah, that was really dope. And they have like the heavy metal music. Yeah, I'll give it that. That was an extremely entertaining scene. Everything else was crap because it didn't connect. At least in the one where the Doom Marine was a girl, they at least connected it to hell. So I'm like, at least they're doing that.
Brown Destroyer, the Sylvester Stallone Dredd movie. It's not a bad movie, but it's not a very good Dredd movie.
True. And that's because here's the thing. It was long. It was actually, I heard a rumor today that the Halo show's plot, speaking of that, was just a crappy CGI plot that kept getting rejected by studios. So the guy decided, hey, I'll make it a Halo show. Then they'll buy it.
I heard a rumor that it was actually supposed to be a Mass Effect script, but then they turned it into Halo.
You know, it'd be hilarious is if that was true, because it feels more like Mass Effect. Because at least the character having sex and taking off his helmet makes sense.
Oh dear God, cringy.
But here's the sad part about the Halo show, Nick. It looks good. The armor, the weapons, everything else, the action, even a lot of the CGI looks good. That's the sad part. They even have this cool thing in the show where when his helmet's off, when the helmet's on, as well as the other Spartans, what they actually do, they have like a voice amplifier, kind of like Affleck, but a little less like jarbled. Have you guys watched any of the Dread animated movies? They have Dread animated movies.
I was not aware of that.
Nick, you're the old guy. You're supposed to know this.
Fluff off.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, that's the sad part. Yeah. I meant Halo. The Halo animated movies. Yeah, I've seen like pretty. I've seen all of the Halo movies. I forced Nick to watch Halo Legends, which he did not enjoy. And
some of them I liked.
Did you watch the Fall of Reach one?
No, I have watched Forward Unto Dawn, and I really like that one.
Which was dope. I gotta tell you, dude, when that was coming out, that they released that in episodes. There was like a show, and there were periods where I was like, "Where's the Master Chief?" And then when he shows up, I'm like, "Oh, it's him."
We need to review Forward Unto Dawn at some point.
Yeah, we'll do it. That's a movie night stream. That is 100% a movie night stream.
I'll gladly rewatch that.
Yeah, 100%. That and actually Nightfall were pretty good, but Forward Unto Dawn was like superb.
Yes,
in terms of everything. But all in all, it's like. And the reason why I wanted to talk about on this stream is because the main topic of the stream, as it says in the title, is we're talking about our favorite game adaptations. And I want to say Halo, but I can't. Halo was the first game I played. It's nostalgic for me. Me too, dude. It was my first real console game that I got into. Heck yeah. And by the way, I may or may not be doing Halo streaming in the future for this channel. So more on that later. And see, I'm a massive Halo fan. Nick is just starting to get into it. By the way, Nick, I wanted to ask you, since you're on here, how do you enjoy Halo so far?
It's okay. Like, it's fun. I mean, I'm not really that bit deep into the lore. It kind of feels like baby's first Starship Troopers.
Yeah. Once you yeah, the games go pretty deep into the lore sometimes, but the books is really where the lore is like expanded.
It just feels like a poor man's Starship Troopers. I'm sorry.
All right, but anyway, you're allowed to be wrong. But anyway,
fluff off.
Yeah, exactly. So don't worry, all people are always wrong. So I think that's a good place to leave this topic. So why do you want to go to you? Actually, let's talk about the best game adaptations, because let's have a little bit of positivity. And in terms of best one that I've seen, because I haven't watched Mario yet, I want to. It's on Netflix. Sonic. Sonic 1 and 2 were fantastic.
Yes. We're talking about like movie adaptations of
movie adaptations of games. Yes, that is correct.
Yes. Sonic 1 and 2 are just superb. The first Mortal Kombat movie I think was pretty good.
I also thought the new one on Max was pretty decent.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, that was pretty good because it captured the brutality of it. Injustice. That's true. That is a video game movie. And what's kind of funny, what I meant to say, I know that movie got like dunked on. I actually like it more because here's why. The characters act consistently in that movie. Like Wonder Woman does not turn into a super simp. I have to say that that's a term that I am coining.
Oh, jeez.
Because that's what she was in Injustice, and this is what Britt and I said on this week's Super Under Legacy. She was like the corruptive influence on Superman, where in this one she's like, maybe you're going too far, Clark. So I'm like, yeah, that's way better. But so in terms of like, honestly, here's the thing. As a Doom adaptation, the first Doom movie is crap. As a movie, it's pretty fun. As a sci-fi movie, as a sci-fi popcorn movie, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. As far as bad ones, oh my god, there's so many.
As a matter of fact, yeah, we'll transition to that one. How about Mario Brothers?
That one's it's not terrible, but it's just. Yeah. Have you seen the Double Dragon movie?
No, I haven't.
Be glad you haven't.
Be glad you haven't. I love that one.
Also, any adaptation by Uwe Boll.
Uwe Boll, okay.
He's infamous for doing bad video game adaptations.
Yeah.
Like you look up his things, like they made a movie, like they made a Far Cry movie. Oh, they made a Postal movie. Oh, there's a Blood Rain movie. Stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna look up a list of bad video game movies.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of Uwe Boll.
There's gonna be a lot of them, so we'll check that out. 20 of the worst video game adaptations. 20 Super Mario Brothers. Street Fighter 94. Rampage with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I mean, they only really did that because Godzilla.
Yeah. All right, Nick. Did you see the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City movie?
The one on Netflix?
Not the one on Netflix. That's the show. This was an actual movie that came out.
I don't think so. Is that the one that had like Black Albert Wesker, and when they people were mad, it's like, oh, you're just racist?
No, that's the show. The movie is where they had someone cast as Leon who didn't look like Leon at all. It's the one with Robbie Amell as Chris.
Okay, sorry, I haven't seen it then. No.
All right, well, it's actually pretty decent as an adaptation of 1 and 2, so I enjoy that. It's more Resident Evil than the Mila Jovovich Resident Evil movies. I'll tell you that much.
Like the first Mila Jovovich at Resident Evil is not terrible. It's just the other ones, they act so off the rails.
Mm-hmm. And then here's Double Dragon. There you go. Wait, was any of the zombie games ever developed into a live action movie? You mean Call of Duty Zombies? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Master Sergeant says, I really like the first Resident Evil movie. Yeah, that one was good because that one's more or less like you're in a mansion, the virus and everything like that. So that one kind of aligns well. By the way, what's up, Master Sergeant? That one more or less aligns with the plot of the games to a degree. The other ones is when it goes way downhill.
Yeah.
Then we got Postal. I've never heard of this. Wing Commander.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah. Mark Hamill voiced it. Shaggy is in this.
Oh yeah, Matthew Lillard. Yeah.
There was a
Freddie Prinze Jr. is the star of it.
Oh, cool. There was a Dead or Alive movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that the one where it's basically beach volleyball with girls in very skimpy bikinis?
I mean, they actually do have a beach volleyball scene in that movie.
Of course they do. Of course they do. Then we have Doom again. And we're talking about The Rock Doom with Karl Urban. As a Doom movie, it's okay. It doesn't link to demons. And the problem with the Doom movie, in addition to a lot of things, my problem with it, so the whole idea is that there's like, the scientists discovered this artifact on Mars that had like the key to unlocking a 24th chromosome that gives you like superpowers. Okay, that's cool. And then it said like, it would turn some people superhuman, others into monsters. How does it turn like some people into giant hell knights and stuff?
I mean, also the other thing you got to realize about the Doom movie is they were going off of the third, like basically they were adapting a lot of the third game's lore into that.
I saw you can definitely see a lot of similarities. And in fact, I'm going to share my screen right here so we can go through this together. So we got that. Dead or Alive, Ikini, Hurrah, stick looking goals, being up huge muscular dudes. So bad that it's so good. Exactly. So Doom. I like Doom, so that's fine with it. I haven't seen Monster Hunter yet, but I've heard it's like okay. And of course, it's kind of funny whenever I see Mia Jovovich in a movie, most of the time it's going to be Paul W.S. Anderson directing.
I mean, they're married. Basically, there are worse things to have your wife be your personal waifu. Like I'm not gonna knock a guy. No. Basically, like if you're gonna have a waifu, it might as well be your wife. Come on.
True. Tekken.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Okay. I didn't know that. A lot of these game movies I have never heard of. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. This I liked. This I actually had some fun with. What do you think? Did you see it?
I never saw it. I heard it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't bad at all. Mark Wahlberg and Max Payne.
Yeah, I think that one I heard was pretty decent.
Okay. In the Name of the King, I have no idea what game this is.
Oh, Dungeon Siege. Yeah. I think that's another Uwe Boll movie. Oh, Far Cry, that's an Uwe Boll movie.
Silent Hill, okay.
Yeah, I heard the Silent Hill movies are pretty good.
Blood Rain.
Uwe Boll.
The Uwe Boll, I see that. A monstrosity. It's time for another Uwe Boll monstrosity. There you go. Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Too bad you will die.
Yes, exactly. Alone in the Dark. Is this
Uwe Boll? Another Uwe Boll movie?
I was about to say House of the Dead.
Uwe Boll.
Wow. You weren't kidding. You weren't kidding, dude.
Seriously, go look up Uwe Boll's IMDb right now.
Hang on. I'm also pulling up a list of the best video game adaptations. And oh my gosh, I forgot. Gran Turismo was a video game adaptation. Which,
to be fair, it's actually based off a true story, so I'll give it some slack.
And it's really fun. So in terms of good, I'm gonna go with good, and then we'll look at Uwe Boll. Werewolves Within. I have no idea what this is.
Wait, what is it?
Werewolves Within.
Never heard of it.
Let's see what it's about. It's about after a proposed pipeline creates diversions within the small town of Beaverfield, and a snowstorm traps its residents together inside a local inn. Newly arrived.
Is this based off video game?
That's what it says.
What video game is it based off of?
It's an Ubisoft property, but I've never heard of this. We should ask Chris.
The AT&T girl?
Yes, it is.
AT&T girl.
Yes, it is. We should ask Chris because that's his favorite game company. He would probably know.
Oh dear God.
That's a good joke, Nick. The Angry Birds movie. I didn't see that because I'm not really an Angry Birds guy, but I heard it was good. Sonic 2 was dope.
Yes.
They literally recreated a lot of the stages. They had Team Sonic versus Eggman's giant robot.
One of the posters is literally a recreation of the Sonic 2 box art, and I need that movie poster on my wall.
That is so good. I also loved how they had Supersonics. That was fun. Detective Pikachu surprised me because when this movie was announced, my concern with how you're going to make the Pokemon live action and not look creepy, I think they did it in this.
They did.
They captured the cuteness of Pokemon.
Also, extra points for tying in Pokemon the first movie.
Yes, exactly. I was like, wow, that's actually really good. Gran Turismo, yeah, I already talked about that. It's based on a true story, so that still counts. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, again, pretty solid movie. I enjoyed it. I like number 2 more, I think.
Yeah, number 2, they was allowed to kind of be more video gamey Sonic-y.
But I did love how he's reading Flash comics. I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros. I haven't watched yet. I want to. I will.
Really
Mortal
good.
Kombat, yes. Because this one captured even though it created a new character and everything like that for like the main protagonist, I really liked when they did like a lot of like fatalities, and they even had characters say flawless victory.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't like the original character they made, but everything else is fine.
Yeah, A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place is a video game? I don't think A Quiet Place is a video game movie.
It's not.
Fist of the North Star.
I think you're just saying Fist of the North Star was an anime first.
Oh, okay. Tomb Raider. Yeah, that was fun. I liked the Vikander Tomb Raider one.
I will say, I think even the Angelina Jolie one is good. It's just two different eras. Because I do like the reboot Tomb Raider. Sorry, Melanie Mac.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, there you go. Rampage. Rampage was okay for a popcorn movie, so I'm just gonna skip through that. Mortal Kombat 95. Is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah, that's the one where we first got the.
I love that song. That's such a good song. Angry Birds movie again. I haven't watched that. Did you see the Final Fantasy movie?
Unfortunately, yeah, it's not a very good movie. It's not even Final Fantasy.
Oh, what was bad about it?
It's just so boring. It has literally nothing to do with Final Fantasy. There's no references or anything. It's just.
Speaking of boring, nothing really to do with the franchise, Uncharted. The problem with it, Tom Holland can't play Nathan Drake.
What's funny is, that Mark Wahlberg was originally casted to play Nathan Drake, but they waited so long that they had him play Sully instead.
I could see him. I could see Wahlberg playing Nathan Drake, but him? But Holland? I'm like, no.
I mean, if they were doing like Uncharted 4 era Nathan Drake, I think Mark Wahlberg could still pull it off.
I mean,
honestly, Mark Wahlberg even now could play Nathan Drake. He was too young to play Sully.
Exactly.
Stephen Lang is Sully.
Yes, Brando Shoria says, seriously, Melanie Mac is in her late 30s. She looks like 20 or something. Yeah, I know. That's
some good genetics.
Yeah. Resident Evil, the final chapter. Yeah, after one, these movies took a nosedive. And I'm like, yeah, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Prince of Persia, that was okay. Resident Evil was pretty good. Silent Hill we talked about. Dead or Alive we talked about. Raccoon City we talked about. What did you see the Warcraft movie?
Jared, what do you think?
Yes. Did you enjoy it?
Okay. So I saw it in theaters, and I dragged a friend of mine who was not a World of Warcraft fan. So obviously I'm a World of Warcraft fan. So I came in it like that.
Wow.
And I brought my friend along who knew nothing about World of Warcraft. So he was just viewing it as a movie. And he enjoyed it. Obviously I'm biased, so I get all the references, So yeah, of course I'm gonna think different, But he enjoyed it, so yeah.
So I take it you didn't enjoy it.
I did enjoy the World of Warcraft movie.
Okay, good. I was just that went for a long time, so I was just trying to make it.
Sorry, it's just I was saying I'm naturally biased.
Okay.
A friend of mine who knew nothing about Warcraft did enjoy it.
Yeah, and I liked it too, and I know nothing about the universe, but it was a pretty fun sword and sorcery movie.
If we were to watch it together, I'd be pointing everything out like, oh, this.
We could cover that on movie night and talk about it. Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros. Resident Evil Retribution, no. Cradle of Life, yeah, I'll take that.
Okay,
I agree with
I'm
you.
going to be honest with you.
Fun.
Cradle of Life is the lesser of the two. The first Tomb Raider is just chef's kiss.
Yes. No, and I've heard Five Nights was pretty good.
I mean, for an adaptation of the video, like I heard if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, you'd enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Ratchet and Clank, Need for Speed. So the point is, I'm not going to go through all this because otherwise I'll be here all night. But it's like a lot of stuff. I liked Warcraft movie, but I felt it ended abruptly. I think they were hoping for like other movies.
I mean, to be fair, they pretty much they're doing a abridged version of the first game of Warcraft, of Orcs and Humans.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of why it's ended abruptly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's really that. So we talked about our favorite and least favorite. So yeah, there's a good variety of them. And in terms of my least favorite, it's got to be the Halo show because I was so betrayed by that. And I was like, because there's so much potential. I'm hoping maybe they could figure out a way to maybe they can redeem themselves in season 2, but I wouldn't hold my breath out. It was kind of funny. Yes. It's kind of funny, Nick, is that so the season 2 trailer dropped like last week and it looks great, but then all the comments are like, "You're not fooling me again, 343."
Yeah. So I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
We were talking about movie adaptations of video games. What about the best and worst video game adaptations of movies?
All right. The number one that list is X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I was going to say Goldeneye.
Okay, yeah. That's a solid one, but Wolverine makes a bad movie good.
Some other ones, like obviously Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that's fun. I love that one. Spider-Man 3 is actually pretty fun and entertaining.
I mean, the fail cutscenes certainly are.
Yeah, you can actually play as the new Goblin in that game. It's really fun.
I mean, in Spider-Man 1, you can play as Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm. I would have to say, in terms of like, what's your opinion on WWE games? I don't really play WWE games. It's not really my type of thing.
I mean, we're talking about ones for like the PlayStation and N64. They were pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Of course. In ye olden times.
Those are the ones that I played. I hear the ones for PS2 are pretty good, but that was just my friend saying it.
Mm-hmm.
My friends wouldn't shut up about them.
Mm-hmm. Probably. Well, in terms of games adapting, there's not a lot of them that I played and enjoyed. That's the thing. Episode 3, Star Wars Episode 3. That was a solid one because the multiplayer was Injustice, but with Star Wars.
Well, the thing is, licensed games were like a dime a dozen, but they kind of died out during the PS3 era.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to think because I'm like, which ones were memorable? X-Men 2. I like that one. That one was fun. Most of them involve X-Men. I didn't like Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Wait, you played it?
Is Brown Destroyer a time traveler?
Are you a time traveler? If so, please tell us if the Snyderverse is ever restored because we would very much like to see that.
Oh my god. If I ever want to punish Jared, I'm going to make him play the Batman Forever game for PlayStation 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. I'm going to make him play Batman Beyond for N64.
I take it that's bad.
It's bad. Oh, if we're talking about no. Well, Batman Beyond for the Joker counts because it's a movie. But yeah.
Based on the trailer. Oh, that's fair enough. I'm going to be streaming it with Taladia. I still have to figure out how I'm going to do gaming streaming, but I'm working on that. But so you can watch us do it and then decide if you want to do it based on our experiences. So we'll check that out. But so let's see. All right. So I guess let's move on to our next topic. So you want to talk about Marvel shipping or Snyderverse?
Let's have some fun. Let's do the shipping.
All right. So this was a Nick suggestion, and it's a pretty solid suggestion.
This is like a quintessential Nick suggestion.
All right. And I'm going to start with this one. Name a better ship than Clois. And I would say the Titanic. Hey, what's up, Dave? Original Mortal Kombat is classic. We don't talk about Annihilation. Yes, we don't. So,
No,
Nick,
no.
name a better ship than Clark Kent and Lois Lane.
So I'm just gonna get this one out of the way. Clark Kent and Lois Lane is not a better love story than Twilight.
Yeah, Twilight's a better love story. I'll give you that one. For a second there, it's kind of funny. I had my mouse hovered over your thing in case you said the W word. No, but I do agree with you. Twilight story makes more sense than Clark Kent and Lois Lane. But I love how that's her nickname now. I love that one.
Oh, jeez.
Are we talking about rom-com couples? Kind of. We could actually go with that one. That'd be funny. What's another one? Obviously, Superman and Wonder Woman is the better one. Or
Yeah.
Batman, Catwoman. Oh, Chloe sounds like a reptile's anus.
Oh, you're kind of right.
You're kind of right, which is like, who came up with the name for that shit? Jeez.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Let's see. What's a better ship than Chloe? Well, obviously Batcat. Obviously,
Well, no, the point is to make really bad ships, but Raylo is a better ship.
Raylo is a better ship than that. The Titanic, every Enterprise that's ever blown up is a better ship. Lancelot and Guinevere, I'll give you that one. What's another? Oh, Batman and Talia al Ghul. Daredevil and She-Hulk. Oh, I got it. The Hulk and Black Widow.
Oh, ouch.
And that's a reference to a certain director who is persona non grata. Rightly so. What about you, Nick? What's a ship that's terrible but better than Clois?
Nightwing and Batgirl.
See, I think you misspoke. I think you meant Nightwing and Starfire.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I meant Batman and Batgirl.
John Kent and the Terrorist. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
John, oh, that's great. I have watched many rom-coms but forgot immediately. It's not bad, but not really memorable to me. Yeah, I know. It's another good one. Probably. See, I'm trying to think of a really crappy ship. I'm trying to think of a really bad one that would be better than Clois. Red Hood and Barbara. Yeah, that's what they try. That's what Jeff Johns tried to do in Three Jokers, is put Barbara and Jason together.
Just why?
I don't know. It's like they both were traumatized by the Joker. They both had to overcome trauma. And I'm like, I get what you're going for, but I don't think that works as well as you think it does.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
It really doesn't. That's not Killer Croc and the dwarf. Who's the dwarf? But no, I'll give you that one.
I got one.
Yeah.
Thor and Mjolnir.
Or Thor and female Thor. Because if he's dating someone that basically shares his mantle, it's kind of like dating yourself. So I'm like, that just is very narcissistic, which again, he's a god, so that kind of goes with it. But
I mean,
still,
Loki and Sylvie, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the odd thing about that. Oh, I got a better. Thor and She-Hulk. Oh yes, that's what they did in Jason Aaron's Avengers run. They had
that's
Thor.
what I'd call smashing.
That's good. That's a good one. I love that one.
Oh, I got one. Hulk and She-Hulk.
Oh God, Old Man Logan. Oh no. I got one. I got one. This is gonna get. I got a better ship because this is one I hate. Scott and Jean Grey.
Okay, I got the worst ship ever in the history of comics.
Who?
Atlas and Athena.
Oh, dude, come on. I could say Screecher and anyone in that case.
Well, considering I haven't given Screecher a romantic thing, it's kind of up for debate.
Yeah, Baby Doll from BTAS. I didn't know there was a character named Baby Doll, but okay.
Oh, that episode. Oh, dear God. Feels.
I got it. The Catman from that one Dr. Moreau episode and Catwoman. Do you remember that episode?
No. Baby Doll from Sucker Punch and Poe Dameron.
A Poe Dameron and Finn for that case.
No. If you get because you remember Oscar Isaacs wasn't.
Oh yeah.
That's a joke.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. But let's do a couple.
Okay,
more
the worst.
Move on.
Okay, one ship that'll never happen.
What?
Ryan Johnson and a good plot. That is a match that will never happen.
Or JJ Abrams and a satisfying ending.
They'll just end up in purgatory.
Admiral Gender Studies and Rose Tico. That is a great
No. Admiral Holdo and Ben Shapiro.
That would work out really well.
Wait. If we're gonna do real life people, Kelly Sue DeConnick and Ethan Van Sciver.
Oh, geez, that just sounds me. Oh,
That's
Bendis
cool.
and Superman.
No. Bendis and a functional plot.
No, I got it. Bendis and DC.
Oh, that's just such a dysfunctional marriage.
That's a very dysfunctional relationship. And I love how as soon as he left, DC started rolling back like practically as short of de-aging John, which I'm not gonna do, and watch it. Terry's gonna pop in the chat pretty soon. Hamada and James Gunn. Oh geez. James Gunn and a show or movie that doesn't involve a lot of cursing.
Amber Heard and freshly cleaned sheets.
That's a good one. I like that one. All right.
And wait. Johnny Depp and a million alpacas.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So let's move on from this one. That was a fun thought experiment.
Wait, I had to do the best ship ever. Captain Jack and a storage room full of rum.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Dave has to compliment your Kelly Sue DeConnick. If you don't like my stuff, don't buy my diner. All right, so do you want to talk about the Snyderverse news or the Marvel Echo problem?
Let's do Marvel Echo. Got to say the best for last.
All right, so Echo came out, and the thing about it is that
let's just say that Echo did not reverberate across the MCU.
Nice, I love that one. So the thing about Echo is that it came out, and this is the first project where where I've seen the majority of the internet chatter is like, meh.
Not even Daredevil could save this. Not even the Netflix show is being made canon, which was a desperation move, could save this.
They put him in the Netflix suit but the problem with it, I don't even want to watch Echo. I'm half and half on it.
I love how you tried to play devil's advocate and say oh, maybe this is a flashback.
I mean, it could be a flashback, and that's how they explain that, and then the yellow suit. My problem with Echo is the actress who they cast, because she only has one facial expression the entire thing, pissed off, and I'm
she has a Daisy Ridley problem.
Yeah, exactly.
She has a bad case of Daisy Ridley syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. It has one facial expression, so I'm like, act. It doesn't work. And the thing about it, and Marvel is definitely paying attention to Echo's underperformance, because the shows have underperformed for the most part, except for WandaVision and Falcon, I think did pretty well. But when it comes to the recent stuff like
Hawkeye,
Ms. Marvel,
I think did okay.
What?
Hawkeye probably did okay.
Yeah, Hawkeye probably did okay. Even in that, she like she was interested in that. Was anyone really asking for an Echo movie or project after that?
I mean, yeah, I mean, this just reeks of like how they tried to like make Riva a thing. Like they like try to have Riva be like the backdoor pilot for her own series. Like, notice how we have heard no chatter about a Riva series.
Well, I remember when HasLab was promoting a lightsaber that was promoted as Riva's lightsaber. It didn't fund.
I mean, they literally should have just been like, quick, change the title to Grand Inquisitor.
Oh my gosh, Britt has a good ship for one that's better than Superman and Lois. Joker and Harley Quinn.
that is saying so much.
That is really good. That is really good. That is excellent.
Britt with the punchline.
Britt with the punchline, exactly. So
get it?
Werewolf by Night was the best Marvel Disney. I still haven't watched that yet. I want to. The problem Marvel ran into with Phase 4 is that instead of promoting the characters that were breakout hits like Wanda and Sam, they gave them some projects 100%. I'm not denying that. The problem is they started to rely too much on ridiculously niche characters like Ms. Marvel. Kate, it worked out for her show because they cast a fantastic actress to play Kate, and she was attached to Hawkeye, and Hawkeye's name was very much elevated by the MCU, so they had that armor. Plus, it was actually a great show. So
also, like the thing that makes Hawkeye work is Kate does not overshadow Hawkeye. Like,
I
Kate
thought she was going to.
Yeah, fair enough. Like Kate, like so many shows are like, oh, listen up, old man, try and keep up. With like they did with Indiana Jones. Like they're doing it twice already.
But yeah, the thing I liked about Hawkeye is that she was like in awe of him because he was her hero, and I'm like that comes across. But anyway, then you have Ms. Marvel, which the show was fun. I'm not denying that. I enjoyed the actual show of Ms. Marvel.
When she corrected Kevin Feige about the universe names, she had like I don't know why Kevin Feige has like this obsession. I was going to use a more vulgar word, but I'm on your channel. Mm-hmm. This obsession with trying to like claim the MCU is 616 when it is obviously not.
Like, he could have made an argument that it was 1610. He could have made an argument because a lot of the plot lines are based on
the official designation for the MCU is Earth 1999999. They say that in Spider-Verse. That is the official designation.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I'm just done with that.
Yeah, 100%. I loved how she corrected it because she's a Marvel fan, and the fun part is that she was a fan of Kamala Khan specifically. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. So the show was great.
Her enthusiasm like shines through.
Yeah, show was great. We shouldn't have gotten a Ms. Marvel show before. This is the problem the DCU is running into. And by Brown asked, is the MCU based in the Ultimate Universe? A lot of concepts are based on the Ultimate Universe. Not everything, but a lot of stuff is.
They do draw a lot of inspiration from Ultimate. I will admit.
Yeah, like the Shatari being an alien force that wants to invade. Yeah, that is 100% that.
To be fair, a lot of the Marvel movies pre-MCU did as well. Like the Fantastic Four movie was basically just an Ultimate Fantastic Four.
Are you talking about the bad one or the more tolerable ones?
2005.
Okay, good. So the more tolerable ones is what you're telling me.
That was basically Ultimate Fantastic Four.
Kind of, yeah. So, and this is the problem that even Marvel ran into in 2015 is that they started to replace all these characters with characters that people didn't really identify with that well. It's like even in Black Panther, I barely heard anything about Ironheart at all. All I heard is that she got a show. Somehow she got a show. And by the way, I love how it's been taken off the release schedule. It's stupid to think Tom Holland's Iron Boy is the prime Spider-Man Tom Holland. Oh, there's another thing on that, Nick. Did you hear that they clarified?
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Did you hear with Madam Web?
I was literally about to get into that.
All right, let me say.
You know what? Yeah, go ahead, introduce it.
So originally with Madam Web, they were planning on having an Andrew Garfield cameo. Like basically, they were going to solidify that Andrew Garfield was the Spider-Man of the Sonyverse, which they need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But they scrapped it, and then they're going to do Tom Holland, and then not even that worked out.
So it's going to have no Spider-Man, and it's set in a alternate reality. God dang, Marvel.
I mean, supposedly, I'm assuming this takes place in the same universe as Venom, but like,
it takes place in 2004 though, so it's in the past. It's really stupid. MCU Phase 4 is based on all new, all different Marvel. Yep, that's pretty much what.
I mean, 2004. Yeah, I mean, Ben Parker literally shows up, so yeah, we'll go Ben in there.
And that's what it is. And the thing that Marvel should have thought of is that when they did all new, all different, that was one of the few times DC was outselling them because DC was doing Rebirth, and Rebirth did not sell as well as people thought it would. I just want to clarify on that, but they did so badly that the sales like pooping of DC outsold them. That's how badly all new, all different screwed Marvel.
Yeah.
And they decide, let's apply it to the movie. So anyway, on to that. And Nick, you touched on this when we talked about Daredevil. The thing about it is that then I got a little not concerned, but I started to get suspicious the minute they started really hyping Daredevil. It's like in The Flash, where like practically every trailer was practically all Batman. It's like, yeah, you're using that as a cover.
And it's like, the problem is, if you look at the Echo fight scene, it's very clear that like the actress for Echo isn't very good at like the fight scenes, like the stunt double for Daredevil. It's like he has to wait for the Echo lady to catch up or whatever.
And also, if you notice, the Echo stunt double is leaner than the actress who plays Echo, so it's like very jarring to like see.
Apparently, from what I heard, in between Hawkeye and Echo, the actress put on a few. Let's just say that.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I mean, if you look at like Hawkeye and her, you can, especially in the face, she looks a little more flushed. I'm trying to be very polite in my wording here.
Dave says, if Sony were competent, they would have thrown a truckload of money at Andrew Garfield to film substantial scenes for more billions. That's good. Madam Web and Raven after No Way Home. Yes, exactly. That's what they should have done. And Nick, that is the point, because they should have made because Andrew Garfield wants to play Spider-Man again. He's the right age. The age lines up. The plot lines up, particularly with Madam Web. So they could have just taken him and said, you're now the Sony Spider-Man.
Yeah, like it's and the fans want it too. Like, I told you my dream Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 3. I told you that multiple times.
Yes, exactly.
Spider-Gwen.
Yes, exactly. Played by Emma Stone. Brown Destroyer. Eternals is based on which universe? Surely not the main one. That's 616. That is.
I mean, if he's talking about the Marvel movie, it does take place on the Sacred Timeline.
Yes, it is in there. But I'm saying it's based on material from 616. It's not like based on. I don't think there were Ultimate Eternals, probably because no one cared about the Eternals. Madam Web would have been the perfect reason as to why Tobey Maguire had organic webs. That is true. That would have been interesting to check out. But
yeah,
the thing is like, I think that what Marvel is doing at this point is they're trying to coast so they can get to Secret Wars and then soft reboot everything and like bring in the X-Men, bring in the Fantastic Four. The problem is I don't trust Marvel now to handle the X-Men and Fantastic Four. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because if the modern crop of writers gets their hands on the X-Men, which is why I'm a little concerned for that X-Men 97 show, they're going to go hard into politics, dude.
Very hard, yeah.
They're going to go very hard. Like one of the anti-mutant people will have a red hat with white letters. I guarantee you, they're gonna go super crazy with this.
Yeah,
which is sad because it's gonna knock some people off the X-Men. And then Brown says it would have been so cool to see Doctor Strange from Tobey Maguire's universe. Yeah. Oh yeah, because Stephen Strange they do kind of reference him. Hell, I'm even skeptical about Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3, I think is going to be fun because it's still relatively the same creative team. I know they have a different director, but it's still Ryan, and he'll make sure that at least stays consistent with the character. I think.
Yeah,
I have a little more faith in that. What do you think, Nick?
I think we should be good.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's get to our final topic of the evening. We have some Snyderverse news and
Rumors, but yes.
But this comes from our good friend Sammy the Snyder Queen, fellow co-host of Comics League. I swear she will be coming back soon. So
yeah, she will actually be a co-host again at some point.
Yeah. So one of the things, Warner Brothers has been sending a lot of their A-list like influencers a survey to about like their thoughts on certain things. Now you may be wondering, what are the contents of this survey? And it's a survey and rumor, a survey exclusively about the Snyderverse. It is way too specific about Snyderverse stuff. Now the question is, and X97 showing us said he wants to respect the characters in the original show, but Disney has the final say. Yeah, that's true. Okay, now the thing that I want to know is, if Warner Brothers is truly done with this universe, why are they surveying influencers?
Yeah, like hasn't there been some rumors behind the scenes about like James Gunn stuff?
Yeah, the other rumors that I actually saw today, it's by the, again, Scooper, but take it with a grain of salt. The Scooper, ironically named, I believe, Jeff Snyder. Yeah, Jeff Snyder, spelled differently. He said that according to Jeff Snyder, James Gunn's DCU is kind of a mess, like both Marvel and Star Wars. Oh. So Nick and I were talking about this before we went live. What I think, the problem I have had with James Gunn is that one of the problems is that he went to like fanboy on it. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have this without thinking through how we gonna align all this stuff. Because if this
also,
yeah,
the fact that like he stacked Superman Legacy so big, it might as well be an Avengers movie.
Yeah,
and Avengers movie. I mean Endgame.
Well, and he said, "Well, how am I gonna show like both sides of Superman's life? If you want to have characters that represent the superhero form of Superman, that's fine. Supergirl, Superboy. There's plenty of other characters that you can reference that line up about that, and that's my thing here. Instead he picks Justice League, which I'm like, well, that's kind of a lot. But my point is here, and Nick and I were talking about this before stream, is like, in Full Circle, if you think about this, when they did the Full Circle event, to a degree, that didn't really feel like Zach was moving on. In fact, even interestingly enough, when Zach did not because if it was really over, Zach would have legit told us the Robin death story. He kept a lot of stuff close to the chest, and even Nick brought it up on our streams where
I would literally called it at the time. Like I was saying, like they don't go through all this effort just to do like a celebration, even if it's a farewell. You don't go through all this effort, and like. Even if you watch the interviews, they all but confirmed they had something in the works. You know, like what was that one moment where like someone said, "Oh, on Netflix," and Zach was like, "Oh yeah,
yeah,"
and then like there was that moment where like Zach said too much, and then they got a little cagey for a few minutes.
And then it's like when someone asked him about the Robin thing, he goes, "I don't want to get into too much detail on that because I think that might be something cool to see in the future." And then the moderator says, "This may be something we get to see in the near future." And I'm like, that doesn't sound like moving on.
They weren't even trying. Like, in my opinion, they weren't even trying to hide it. Like, so I feel like they were planning on announcing something, but at the last minute, that got squashed.
Yeah, in terms of like in the announcement, because it's definitely Zach has definitely been in talks with WB. Yeah, I guarantee you, at the very least, they have talked about licensing the Snyder, the other two movies to.
I mean,
Yeah, go
it's
ahead.
very clear Warner Brothers has no qualms selling Snyder merchandise. Because, like, Jared,
They
remember
just
that
announced, but by the way,
the Beast
McFarlane and
King Batman?
well, the McFarlane announced a multiverse BVS Batman, and I believe it's sold out for pre-orders.
If WB was so ashamed of the Snyderverse, why do they never fail an opportunity to do merch? Because they
Yeah, they
know.
keep doing merch. You can still buy all the Snyderverse merch for on the DC website. They keep coming out with freaking hot toys. There's they keep doing all of this stuff because if you to your point, Nick, if you want to move on from something, stop merchandising it.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
Jared.
mean,
So
we
sold
all
out
know
very
that's where
quickly.
the real money from the movie is made.
Yeah, really, and and Zach said that's partly where BVS made like a crap ton of money is on the home release because you had the ultimate cut and all that stuff. And that's the thing about Snyderverse merch. You have to get it fast because it will sell out like really, really extensively. And,
I
that's
mean,
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I never failed an opportunity to point this out. BVS made more money than the Batman before adjusting for inflation.
And by the way, adjusting for inflation, it did make $1 billion. So you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna play this clip. I need to play this clip.
Yeah, second Warner Brothers.
I was wondering when that would come along.
Yeah, so I guarantee you something is going on. And so something's been going on since Full Circle. What's probably going on right now is that they're trying to like get their ducks in a row and like align things, and then they're gonna start bringing in all these other guys. Because can you imagine if Marvel is like doing all this stuff with the MCU and stuff, and they're struggling, then DC announces, okay, so we're gonna have the James Gunn verse, the Matt Reeves verse, we're gonna have the Joker verse, or we're gonna have the Snyder verse. Every DC fan is catered to.
Here's my prediction on what's going on.
Yeah.
They're gonna do the James Gunn stuff, but they're kind of developing a backup plan behind the scenes because if Superman Legacy doesn't do gangbusters, Warner Brothers is going to do what they usually do, panic and just change everything prematurely.
And you may be saying, and I remember someone on my stream that I had to delete said, well, no, it's a new regime. Is it because they canceled Batgirl? And the very fact that they canceled a Looney Tunes movie written and directed by James Gunn, or at least I think just written by James Gunn. The point is, it was a James Gunn project that got pulled. It still hasn't been released in any way. Proves to
be
me,
fair, Batgirl needed to be canceled.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's the studio pulling the same shenanigans that they have always played. No matter who is at the top, Warner Brothers will still be Warner Brothers. That's the way this works.
Well, the only thing is if the merger or the buyout thing happens.
Yeah, if the buyout thing happens, that's gonna be very interesting to see what DC looks like. But in terms of like, yeah, so you're going more of the contingency plan option.
Yeah, that because like they're clearly like going full steam ahead with James Gunn stuff. The Matt Reeves movie's up in the air. Obviously, Joker 2 is going to come out. I think Joker 2 is going to do okay. It's going to like you got to realize the thing that drove Joker was the controversy. Was
True.
All the articles that came out about like, oh, this is going to cause a riot. This is the incel movie. It had a lot of morbid curiosity. Obviously, Joker 2 is not going to have that. My prediction: Joker 2 is going to make 600 to 800 million. That's my prediction.
Yeah. Dave says it would be cool if Netflix made Justice League 2 into a 10-episode series, the Affleck movie, and other could be episodes. That is true. They could factor all of that in and make this big, like, expansive universe.
I've
and
said this
everything.
before that like they should just turn into a miniseries, but
Yeah, that would work. And if James Gunn does Justice League International with characters like Guy Gardner, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Hawkgirl, Hawkman, and everything, there won't be much conflict with Snyder's Justice League. Yeah, because if he does that, it's two
James
different
Gunn
rosters.
ego is not going to let him play with the second stringers.
I will disagree with you on that for one factor. James Gunn is very open that he prefers to work with the D-list characters because that gives him the most freedom.
Okay, let me correct myself. Warner Brothers is not going to let him play with the second stringers because Justice League is supposed to be an Avengers level movie, and you're not going to do an Avengers movie with second or third string characters.
He did do a team movie with like D-listers before.
That's like instead of doing Avengers, you do New Warriors.
Okay, that's true. Ironically, there was more violence at showings of Frozen 2 that year. We really have to let that go.
Damn it! You beat me to the punch.
There you go. There you go. According to U.S. law, Superman character will be open for public use in 2038. Nick, we gotta make Superman.
Okay, just like Steamboat Willie, only that original version, and also Superman is protected through trademark. So, by all means, please make a Superman, because but you better have the money for the lawyers, because it's not as cut and dry as people make it out to be.
That'd be fun. Did you see that Hollywood Reporter article that actually was a Variety article by known anti-Snyder Tatiana Siegel? She's the one that wrote the article saying that Snyder was manipulating Ray from behind the scenes and all that. She was writing on that, and then of course she had to do a whole thing about how Batman cuckolded Superman, and so you know that poster of Wonder Woman holding the heads. This journalist compared that version of Wonder Woman to ISIS terrorists.
That is the most yellow of yellow journalism I've ever heard.
Yeah, I know. This particular person is nuts.
And before you start screeching at me, yellow journalism is an actual term.
Yes, it is. It's an actual thing. It's this particular journalism is very biased against Snyder, and
to a laughable degree.
I'm gonna say it to a deranged degree. I'm gonna tell you that right there.
I will allow it.
I will. Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna straight out there and say it. So, this is why. So hashtags going full circle back to the topic, more like blue journalism, wink, wink. Yeah, exactly. So going back, so it's the reason why I bring this up is because remember, this is what I've always said. It's gonna take time. With Rebel Moon being as successful as it is, I'm not so. Isn't it kind of funny how the surveys start going out after Rebel Moon was a big thing?
I mean, weren't we all? Isn't this the outcome we were hoping for?
This is the outcome that we have been saying for the longest time. We've said that Rebel Moon is going to be the deciding factor, and the very fact that it was a big hit for Netflix is ooh, we need to do some stuff with this guy.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Yeah,
I know people try and downplay it, but Rebel Moon was legitimately a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not gangbusters, world breaking, but it is legitimately a hit.
It was a hit in all the ways that matter to Netflix. That's the important thing.
Maybe it didn't reach. Okay, it is only a failure because it didn't reach phenomenon levels. Mm-hmm. But
it was no Snyder cut, but it did well for.
Well, I was gonna say.
Movie. Mm-hmm.
Okay, didn't do Stranger Things numbers.
Okay,
but it's not Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys watched the Ayer cut full storyboard? I haven't watched that. That exists. We should do that someday for a stream. That'd be fun. This person also made a comparison about Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman representing Israeli war crimes because the actress, because Gal is a former Israeli soldier. Yeah, this person's deranged. It's really, really
isn't
dumb.
Gal one of the people calling for ceasefire or something?
She's calling for a ceasefire on both sides. So that no matter what anyone tells you, she has. She actually took heat from. This is the one time I'm going to say this. She took heat from the Israelis because she asked them to consider the Palestinians. So I'm just going to say that right there.
I mean, points for Wonder Woman. So
she is our Wonder Woman. There you go. And then that's an excellent point, Nick. So far, the entire Justice League has called for peace. So I'm like, yeah, all right.
That is some prime justice right there.
Prime justice, yeah, exactly. So
God, I love you, brother.
I love you too, dude. I love you too. Gal Gadot is the best Israeli export. I agree, sir. I agree. All right, so fun fact. So there was this. I was reading the history of the Snyder Cut thing. We're not going into politics, guys. Please keep it apolitical in the chat.
Yes.
So when Gal Gadot was cast as Wonder Woman, there was a lot of like pushback because they're like, she's not muscular like Wonder Woman is. And then
yeah, I remember that.
Someone brought that up to Gal, and Gal goes, okay, here's the problem with the whole looking like the character. You know, Amazon's chopped off one of their boobs, right? Should I do that?
I mean, or like, should I just put a green screen like sock over one of her boobs?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I volunteer to be the person to install the sock.
Yes, of course you do. Of course you do. But my point is,
I will do that.
I love that response. I love that. Did you hear the story about how about where she was cast as Wonder Woman?
To be fair, she did bulk up pretty decently.
She did very well. She looked pretty much like the role. I mean, Britt and I were talking about this because we're Wonder Woman. Oh my gosh, that's great.
What I liked about Gal is she obviously didn't get swole, but you could like she like, and she wasn't like the whole like oh, I'm toned. No, like there's actually, you could see the muscle, like she did have muscle.
Yeah, exactly. And as the thing, she was exactly the way. And that's the thing about Zach. He casts people that look exactly like
oh my god,
characters
the extras he cast for the Amazonian women, like Death by Snoo, please.
Full body. He cast Olympic athletes as one. Well, actually, that was more Patty because remember Wonder Woman came out first. But still, I was like,
God dang, those women had abs for days.
Yeah, I love when like someone tried to call Zach a misogynist for like dressing him in like those like armored bikinis, but then the Amazon actors are coming out like, no, we love it. We're very proud of our bodies, and it's easier to move around. But anyway, the story about
I mean,
yeah,
there's more than one people who developed a muscle mommy thing because of that movie.
Yeah. So the story about Gal being cast as Wonder Woman. So she didn't know what she was auditioning for. It's just she showed up, she did the audition, and she left. And then Snyder goes, "Okay, so Gal, have you ever heard? Do you guys ever hear of Wonder Woman over there in Israel?" And then Gal was like, "Wait, what?" Like, yes. Affleck, here's how he got Affleck. So he brought Bennett and says, here's what I want to do. And he took a statue, a Dark Knight Returns statue of Batman, Superman fighting. And then Affleck goes, I'm in.
Can I say the story of how Henry Cavill
Yes, you may.
cast?
I was leaving that out for you, sir.
All right. So we all know Henry Cavill is a supermassive gamer nerd. So do you know what he was doing when he got the call by Zack Snyder?
Was he
He was playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And he saw like the call from Zack Snyder, and he actually missed the call because he was playing World of Warcraft.
I think he saw the phone and he was like, I'll get it later. And then
no, he couldn't get to it in time.
Oh, okay.
And so he called him back shortly afterwards, and he got the part.
Can you imagine getting back online with your friends on the headset? Yeah, guys, I'm Superman.
My favorite line, because like there's like he just like
where Henry says, "It's cool now that I'm Superman." That is the most honest thing any celebrity has ever said.
I swear, I love Henry Cavill so much. I want to see him in more stuff because he is awesome. Did you guys know that the Amazonians existed all over the world in DC Comics, including in the Middle East and Israel? Really? That is cool. Oh, yeah, they had other tribes throughout the area. Yeah, that is true. That's really cool. Snyder casted Ezra because he found him chasing after criminals at a 7-Eleven and didn't know Miller was the one robbing him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And let's not forget, if it weren't for Snyder, we wouldn't have our boy Cyborg / Blood Axe, Ray Fisher. By the way, he kind of confirmed that Blood Axe did not die in Rebel Moon.
I mean, I would hope not.
Yeah, because the way Snyder works with deaths, if you don't see a body, he's not dead. So I'm like, okay, I knew he wasn't going to bring Ray in just to kill him off.
No, that would be mean.
Yeah. And so that was that. And then Momoa originally auditioned to play Batman.
Can you imagine Jason Momoa?
You know what? I kind of can.
I kind of can't.
Really? Why?
I don't know. It just his acting just did not scream Batman Bruce Wayne to me.
It's true, because what I'm going off of it is that I've seen him play dark roles, so he gets that Batman thing. The other thing, you know how he typically plays a party boy, right? That kind of works for a dude that's trying to disguise the fact he dresses up like a bat and punches criminals.
I'm sorry, I just can't see it.
Okay, that's fine. I'd say Ezra Miller was cast emulating Flash from the Justice League. Yeah, and people talk about his run. You know what he was actually doing? He was trying to imitate Olympic speed skaters.
I'm sorry, Grant Gustin is a better Flash. I'm not sorry.
The final film cut from Charlie Hunnam's character pretty quickly too, and he was shot. Yeah, we're probably gonna actually see the bolt go through his head in the extended cut, which I'm so happy for. By the way, Rebel Moon Part 2 in April.
I think we're getting the rated R
Summer.
Supposedly there is a lot of like more Charlie Hunnam's like seducing the main character in the other one. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. I can't wait to check that out. And apparently they may expand on that whole tentacle scene, Nick. So you're gonna be really happy about that one.
Well, the Japanese are gonna be happy.
Yeah, Grant is better, no doubt.
Thank you, Brown.
I hated the suit and the run, and the situations they put him in. But besides that, he was fine.
I mean, if you look at the scene where he crossed over with Ezra, he is literally acting in circles around Ezra Miller.
No, I know that. It's just I don't like what they did in the show around him. Like, oh, you're not the Flash. We are.
That's not Grant's fault.
No, but they put it's associated with him.
We are Team Flash.
He's the Flash that's always crying and always like going through the same arc where he's like, I'm going to trust my team, but I have to keep the secret from them. I'm going to trust my team. I have to keep the secret from them.
Brown, pretty much. That's my thoughts exactly.
I love the line that they wrote for Godspeed. All the velocities will be mine.
I'm guessing he played Zero Wing.
Yeah, there was this funny video that I saw on YouTube that's like all of the Flash writers, and it's like they were intentionally trying to get canceled because they're all like in slave labor camps having to write these scripts. And then when they found out we get that's why the Flash show got really bad throughout it. But then it's like they get renewed and they're like, no.
I'm sorry, but the ending of the Flash should have been a lead-in to the movie.
That would have been cool. I would have liked that one. The first season of The Flash with Grant Gustin is one of the best. Yeah, normally the way it works with CW shows, and it's still the same thing here with The Flash. Seasons 1 and 2 are good. and then it goes downhill from there. Superman and Lois is the exception because season 3 is actually really good.
I tried watching season 3 and I couldn't get past halfway through the first episode. It was so cringy.
Where'd you stop at?
I can't remember. It's been a minute. Like I couldn't get halfway through that first episode of season 3.
After the elongated man actor was canceled, they were like, "No, take us with you." Yeah, exactly. You know, it's bad when the Flash is a secondary character in his own show.
Yeah.
They didn't. I don't think they did that severe with Oliver. Did you guys watch? Understand watch the Naomi TV show? What universe taking place? I did not watch that show. I have no intention of watching that show. I'm not interested in Naomi as a character because she's written, but because she's one of the characters written and forced into the Justice League by he who must not be named. His name starts with a B. And I get that it was a tribute character to Dwayne McDuffie, but it's just it got to the point where the last good character that Bendis invented that wouldn't become a good character until after he left the book was Miles. And isn't that so funny? He creates these characters, but they get more like love. They get loved when he's not writing them.
They couldn't eat, like, not even the MCU could fix Ironheart though.
No, she was still annoying. I was like, oh, I don't like this. She was more like the Bendis Ironheart. That's really it.
Like, honestly, like the fact that like a MIT student could create Tony Stark level tech is just an insult to everyone in the MCU, because you had the entire government was trying to recreate his tech. And they couldn't, yet somehow an MIT student could.
That was a plot point in Iron Man where they actually tried to like take his suits. That's what Rhodey did. So I'm like, that was the problem, because the story of Ironheart is that like she reverse engineers Iron Man armor, and I'm just like, that doesn't make
not even the U.S. government could reverse engineer it. Like, they had the Iron Patriot suit, they could modify it. But, like, you notice how they never created any other suits, even though they had access to one of them?
Yeah, exactly. Brown asked, loaded question, who wrote the current Superboy best in comics? Who wrote Superboy the best? Not Bendis,
no, I think what Brown is trying to say is, who could write current Superboy best in DC Comics? Like, what writer do you think should?
That's a great question.
There's this guy. He's kind of an a-hole, but he's a good writer. His name's Jared Lucy. He's the guy.
Hire me. I'll take over the entire Superman line. I'll fix it. First off, we're getting rid of the marriage. By the way, did you know that they wanted to get rid of the marriage going all the way back as Infinite Crisis?
Wow.
And fun fact, Dio actually admitted that one of the purposes of the New 52 reboot was to get rid of the marriage to Lois. I'm like, I love Britt and I when we were doing that scene.
Meanwhile,
we got to that part.
Meanwhile, Marvel had to reboot the Ultimate Universe just to put Peter back with MJ.
Yeah, and Marvel's like, you had to create another universe. We rebooted ours. But when Britt put that in her PowerPoint slides that she sends me, and when I read that, I went, "Oh my god, this is so good." Because it's one thing to believe something; it's another thing to hear that the people in charge of this believe. By the way, I want to get Dan DiDio on the show. I think that'd be really cool. All 3 seasons of Stargirl. I've met him.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, all 3 seasons of Stargirl were great. Season 1 was the best, though, a classic, probably because it wasn't produced by the CW, just aired on the network. I've watched all of season 1. I have to start season 2. I really want to watch all that.
I tried to watch season 3. I couldn't get very far. It was kind of cringy. But season 2 is probably my favorite Stargirl.
Sweet. And we should talk about that show sometime. Atchison says, I agree with Superman not being tied down to marriage, but then again, I'm biased because my favorite version of Superman is the Golden Age. If that's great, Atchison, I love that version. What did you think of like the Grant Morrison Action Comics Superman? Because that was very much emulating the Golden Age era Superman. Love triangle, Superman, Diana, and Zatanna. I can't see Superman with Zatanna.
It would be quite the magical relationship.
Thank you. I could see
Sparks would
Zatanna.
fly.
I could see Zatanna with Batman, though.
In some continuities, he has been with Batman. He has been
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah, exactly. That's an interesting love triangle, Brown. It's not really my cup of tea, but
I mean, especially when you like look into Batman's lore, he was actually taught escape artist by Zatara, her
Yeah.
father.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, Zatara is actually one of the original Action Comics characters, along with Superman back in 1938.
Yeah, that's how
Zatara
it goes.
Zatara is literally as old as Superman. Like, if you look at some of the old Action Comics covers, some of them are actually Zatara in some of the early, like even like the first 10 issues.
That is awesome. Actually, I haven't read Superman's New 52 one. You should read it, and particularly if you like Golden Age Superman, particularly the Grant Morrison run, because that was very much inspired by Golden Age. I'm only familiar with the new 50 Superman from the Justice League run in that, and I liked him in those runs. You will love him in at least the Grant Morrison run specifically. You will really like that. Have you read Alan Moore's Supreme? It's an homage to Superman from multiple eras. I haven't yet. I want to. Zatanna is basically a copycat of Mandrake. Who's Mandrake? That's interesting. Mandrake is it's not character. Wonder Woman Superman was popular. Yeah, that was one of the books. And it's interesting, Superman Wonder Woman. And by the way, I do have the
by the way, check
inside.
the DMs. I just sent you a DM.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, Mandrake the Magician. That's who that is. Okay, that's cool. Sent photo. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'll pull it up. So this is like in one of the original Action Comics covers, and there's Zatara right there.
This is he first appeared in 1938. So this is let's see here.
And by the way, Atchison, yeah, you will actually enjoy this run. It's the least Grant Morrison-y run. I think you'll dig this.
Yeah. So yeah, that's issue 14. So that's like a little over a year in. So this is probably from it's from 1939. So yeah.
That's cool. I like that one. So that actually might be a cool idea to like do for like an under two capes on to talk about a lot of forgotten Golden Age stuff. I like what they did was Zatara and Young Justice. Oh yeah, where they basically made him Dr. Fate. That was cool. I like that one. So I think that's a good place to leave this episode. It was a great solo episode with me and Nick. So Nick, where can one find you, and what have you got coming out on your channel?
All right, so tomorrow you can catch me on my channel with Jared. We're playing Pokemon Yellow. We're making our way to Celadon City, gonna storm through the Team Rocket headquarters. Blast
I'm
them off
preparing my
again.
air horn.
I'm preparing my band button. And then, next week we return to our regular scheduled program, doing Avatar, then Comics Watch. Comics Watch is going to be a very special episode, because if you're eager to hear what Jared has in store with his comic, he is going to be spilling the beans exclusively on Comics Watch. So if you want to hear that, make sure to tune in.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of for us, Britt and I are going to be doing a story where we're going to take DC Comics where it is now and lead to Super Wonder is more popular than Zatara. Oh, that's cool. So we're going to essentially take the DC continuity as it stands now and then lead to Super Wonder. And so somehow down there. So that's going to be fun. In terms of my commentary, I'm going to do a video talking about why Captain America matters as a character. Because he's one of the characters that a lot of people on Twitter don't like, probably because of the America part. But I'm going to talk about why he's important to Marvel. And under two capes, you know what? Let's talk about a bunch of cool golden age characters that don't get enough attention. So because I think when people think of golden age, they think of primarily like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, but they kind of ignore a lot of really other interesting characters that I think could be fun to discuss. So we'll do that. And Captain America's ship. Yeah, exactly. And in terms of, okay, so tomorrow's movie night is going to be Constantine. And then the week after that is going to be the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So that's movie night for the rest of the month. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a blast hanging out with you guys. Nick, always a pleasure as usual. And I will see you all in the next one. Remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. See you later. See you later, everyone.